the client was very specific about what he wanted for the design. He wanted some indoor-outdoor connection for the space, overlooked from his living spaces, and the landscape design to be overlooked from his bedrooms also. Our primary goal was to create relaxing family time for him so that he could have his evening coffees with the family after the hustle of the entire day.
The Liberty Hari Villa is a serene architectural masterpiece. Nestled within the model town area of Karnal, a city in Haryana known for its historical significance and robust infrastructure. The villa, with its captivating landscape, in an expansive front lawn, a linear backyard, and 3 shafts that serve a greater purpose than just being a functional element altogether, set up a heaven for Mr. Kanishk Gupta. The villa's landscape design blurs the boundaries between indoors and outdoors. This was brought to life by the design prowess of Terra Incognita. The landscape design for the backyard draws inspiration from Balinese architecture, which emphasizes harmony between humans, nature, and faith. The lush of 3 layers of the tropical greenery with the striking Dhyana Buddha's masterpiece seamlessly integrated creates a captivating, dense, tropical aura in the backyard.
I'm Kanish Gupta, resident of Liberty Villa Model Town, Karnal. So, to be very honest about this question, when we were designing the villa, so we were very clear that we did not want the boundaries between the garden, or let's say the landscaping, and the house. It was a very clear demarcation in our mind that we wanted it to be an inside-out house. So when we are outside, we can look inside. When we are inside, we can see outside. Rather, we don't feel as if we are inside or outside. So landscaping is an integral part in our villa because we, as a family, we are nature lovers. And let it be a lazy morning or a lazy evening. So what we really like to do is either stroll in our house or sit outside in our house. So the calm, the smooth, the soothing effect that we get in the landscape, I don't think a building can replicate that in anyone's lifestyle. So being a nature lover, being a pet lover, the entire essence of staying in a villa where your green areas are bigger than your building was very important, vital, and pivotal for us. It gives us a sense of relaxation, and it basically cuts us from the hustle bustle of the rest of the city. So I think it's the green, it's the landscape that really embeds us into the villa. So I think it helps us in every manner that it could.
Our primary goal was to create a relaxing family time for him so that he could have his evening coffees with the family after the hustle of the entire day.
So basically the thing was that architect, client and me, myself were always had the same vision. Like we all 3 wanted the same thing to come out as a final result. So it was not really very difficult for me to execute the project as the selections we did, selections which the architect suggested were all in view with my thinking. And the client brief was that he needed a tropical vibe. The challenge with tropical vibe is we have very limited options according to our weather climate. But the good part for us was the soil which we had was very rich in nutrients, which made the execution and selection very easy for me. The other advantage which we had was that we had ample of time, almost a year to plant the trees, which made the planting process very easy for me because I could manage and I plant the trees and everything according to the weather, changing weather. As we know, there are many seasons in our region and every plant we cannot plant like right away. So we had an year and we decided that which plant is needed to be planted in which season. Accordingly, we did that and we had a good result. I'm glad my vision, Karuna's vision and client's vision resonated very well. and the result came out very fruitful.
Mr. Kanishk, who already fosters 3 dogs, a koi pond was highly excited to invest in an aviary, hosting 10 Australian budgies to ignite his spirit for the love of pets, which sparked the architect's passion. The double-heightened aviary, which is overlooked from the dining area of the ground floor and the entertainment lounge of the first floor, now serves as an empathetic sanctuary for the nomadic Australian budgies.
The main opinion that he had was that he wanted very low maintenance plants, and we also tried, given the site context and the site climatic conditions which are very extreme, we wanted to give out a very low maintenance and minimalistic approach to the landscape design. For that we chose evergreen plants that were suitable for our climatic conditions. And yeah, we chose most of the palms and a variety of philodendrons and some junipers that were more suitable, other than creating some unusual plants that won't go with our vibe. When the client came to us for the first time, he was very enthusiastic and very specific about his requirements. He's a pet enthusiast basically, so he wanted to keep a shaft specifically for some Australian budgies that he wanted to create into an aviary. And to justify this with his vision, we planned an aviary in that shaft, and we created a natural habitat for the birds so that they also thrive in with the plantation alongside in an atmosphere like this.
I see there are some fishes and dogs also roaming around.
Yeah, so he is a pet enthusiast, and for that he likes to keep dogs, fishes and birds in his space.
So when we were designing the villa, our principal architect, whom I know very personally and very well, is an amazing architect. But with any other architect, I feel that everyone emphasizes on the building, the exterior, the interior, and everything. So while going through that process, I felt that there was because in our family there are a lot of other people who have made the new houses recently. So everyone, I think they left out on a proper landscaped garden, although they were done by the principal architects, but because they were too focused on doing the buildings and the interiors. So I think when it came to the gardens, they were, I think, a bit easy. Or let's say they were stereotyped. So I was very clear in my mind that I wanted to particularly outsource the landscaping from a different person who would bring fresh energy into the landscaping. Because if I would tell the same architect to do it again, so he would do it with very easy mind, easy going. So when I found out about Karuna through Dhruv, so he said, why don't you have a word with her? Because I had already shared the problem with Dhruv. So he said, why don't you have a word with her? When she came, so she came with a lot of energy and she had a lot of different ideas. And now those were the different ideas that I had been actually looking for. So we had a number of interactions for this, whereby she would go design something on the board, send us back, and then we would tell, this is what we want, this is what we don't want. But then the freshness in the thoughts, energy, and the enthusiasm, I think that is what differentiated, and that is the thing that we were looking for, and that is the thing we got, and the end result is in front of you, and we are extremely happy with the end result. The process and the end result, everything put together. It was an experience in which I would say we were very happy with the end result, the professionalism, the interaction, and whatever we gave her as a briefing, I think we got out of it. So all in all, amazing result, amazing experience.
The Balinese architectural principle from the backyard is authentically extended to reflect the seamless division of the front lawn into 3 zones: public, communal, and sacred. The design for which serves as sanctuary for some trees that boom a nostalgic memory. The communal zone has an easygoing design of a gazebo with podium seatings and an addition of a garden fan, depicting the idea to not compromise on human comfort. A lit interactive space laid with pebbles and to create a dynamic scene from the drawing room. Finally, there is a peek into the sacred sphere, adding another Abhay Mudra Buddha statue at the rear end of the front lawn pathway. The Buddha statue draws a parallel with directly evoking a sense of serenity to the entire scene. The mindful lighting is in wise use, enhancing the entire experience of the space at night.
A Buddha sculpture in the center of his backyard, along with some tall palms and tropical plantation that he wanted to show in the backyard, and that he wanted to have a view of from his bedrooms. Kanishk sir was quite clear that he wanted some dense tropical Balinese vibe in his backyard. So we thought of an idea to create plantation in layered pattern. So we created 3 layers to give density. For that, we gave a Buddha sculpture in the center, and alongside we gave the layering.
Me and my wife, we love hosting people, but just to sit within the 4 walls of the house and hosting a party or a thing, I think nobody, even the guests, don't like that. The freshness, the element, the zest that we get outside in the garden, and we honestly, I think we would have done more than like 10-12 parties in last 1 year, which would be just small and big parties put together, but they would all be in the garden. And if in case I tell even my friends or my family that let's go inside to sit, nobody wants to go and sit inside, because they say that the feeling of being in a landscape garden or an environment is totally different. That is something you don't get everywhere.
The charm of Balinese landscaping complements the luxurious architecture of the building, allowing the design to evolve naturally, revealing unexpected beauty that comes with the gift of time. Ultimately, the project has once again stood to be a valuable asset for the innovative spirit of the client and to represent the energy of the young professionals in the creative, groundbreaking design of the Terra incognita.